right, we are live on YouTube. Adam, you made it. Yay. All right. We have a special slide deck for tonight. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. All right. I am going to invite people to just jump in and help me by reading English tonight. Lots of different readings and prayers than we're used to. It's nice to, when we have a holiday, to be able to do that. I would love it if you would join in and help lead the service. We are going to begin our Shabbat worship this evening with Hine Matov. We continue with the lighting of the Shabbat candles. Who would like to read this? Eileen, thank you.
Here we go. Wait a minute, I gotta find it. Okay. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own days be among those who kindle light.
Thank you, Eileen. And as we light the Shabbat candles, we'll join together in the blessing. I think I've got them there. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. God, help us to make this new Shabbat truly a Shabbat of peace. After noise, we seek quiet. After crowds of indifferent strangers, we seek to touch those we love. After concentration on work and responsibility, we seek freedom to meditate, to listen to our inward selves. We open our eyes to the hidden beauties and the infinite possibilities in the world you are creating. We break open the gates of the reservoirs of goodness and kindness in ourselves and in others. We reach toward one holy, perfect moment of Shabbat. We continue with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, L'shem hu tiferet v'litchila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva ore kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kivod Adonai alayich nikla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala, Gam besimcha u'tzola, Toch emunei am segula. Bo'i chala, bo'i chala, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Somebody like to read this? Maury?
I will.
May we cherish the freedom to speak, to gather, to pray, and to grow. May we use our liberty to pursue justice, to uplift the vulnerable, to protect the earth, and to repair what is broken. May we never take for granted the sacred right to be who we are and to become who we are meant to be. May true freedom ring not only from bell towers and mountaintops, but in our hearts, our homes, and our communities.
Thanks, Maury.
Mhm.
Yitkadavi kadashem rabba, Be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich machutei, B'chayechon uv'yomechon, Uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uv'izman kariv, V'meru, Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach, Le'alam li'amei amaya, Yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitala v'yitalal, Shemei lekudesha brichu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Ta'amiran be'alma v'meru Amen. We continue with our call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Would somebody like to read this? Eileen? Do you have your hand?
Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows.
Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Thanks, Eileen. Somebody want to read this one?
I will.
Please.
Each person has a Torah unique to that person, his or her innermost teaching. Some seem to know their Torahs very early in life and speak and sing them in a myriad of ways. Others spend their whole lives stammering, shaping, and rehearsing them. Some are long, some short. Some are intricate and poetic. Others are only a few words, and still others can only be spoken through gesture and example. But every soul has a Torah. To hear another say Torah is a precious gift. For each soul, by the time of his or her final hour, the Torah is complete, the teaching done.
Thank you, Lene. Join together in Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi ניצבך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו, this is why I should never run the slideshow, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Who would like to read this? Adam,
I
thank
can
you.
do it.
Thank you.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken into fragments by narrow domestic walls. These words come from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way in the arid desert sands of death habit, where the mind is led forward by you into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my maker. Let my people awake.
Thank you. And as we know, as I've told you many times before, Micha Mocha is a prayer that has a unique melody for each of the holidays. And even though this is an American holiday and not a Jewish holiday, I thought that we would follow that tradition. Here we go. Micha Mocha, Vaylim Adonai, Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh, Nora Tehilot, Osei Felem, Nora Tehilot, Osei Felem. I'm sorry. Let's try that again. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Israel. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, Haparei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We continue with the tefillah. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chazdei Avot V'Imahot Umevi Geulah Livnei V'neihem Lima'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah rav lehoshia, Morid hatal. Mechakel chaim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al givurot, Umito melach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalucha selah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el hakadosh. You are holy. Your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Somebody like to read this? More?
I will.
Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with your seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see wherever we gaze that the bush burns unconsumed. And we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Thank you, Maury.
You're welcome.
Somebody want to read this one?
I can do two.
Lene?
Okay.
Sure, I'm just slow on the draw. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of the soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which by day sustains. For all those and more, we offer thanks.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lechana'eh lahodot. Thank you, Lene. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Take a few moments of silent reflection and prayer. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and spirit, and may our country be sound in body and spirit, as we say. Amen. Oh, say shalom b'ramah, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, 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 ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. I don't think we have any birthdays or anniversaries of someone who's online, but today is Betsy Ford's birthday, so happy birthday to Betsy. We continue with our prayer for healing. Mi sheberach avotenu ve'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech et HaCholim. Ronnie Ames, April Bell, Elaine Boschnack, Bruce Dalby, Bryant Dalby, Nell Dalby, Carolyn Dowlin, Stuart Dowlin, Bob Ettinger, Dolores Ettinger, Barbara Frisbee, Teresa Gilliland, Rachel Goldberg, Jerry Grant, Irene Heichman, Katie Johnson, Rick Kramer, Mary Krause, Kevin Langdon, Pamela Langdon, Pastor Sandra Lifesti, Ann Manning, Linda Manning, Robert Manning III, Dennis Martin, Shannon McFarland, Carol Miller, Cheryl Reed, Pamela Roberto, Jeannie Salini, Shimshon Ben Avraham V'Sarah, Mike Stern, April Thomason, Katie Trujillo, Larry Tucker, Karen Usatine, Steve Weintraub, Marvin Zimmerman. Are there others for whom we are praying for healing this Shabbat? Adam?
Christina Falkowitz, Anthony Falkowitz, Piper Fraser, the McClendons, and I forget their first names.
Thank you. Anybody else? For those we've named and those we name in our hearts, we continue. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachamim Aleihem, L'Hachalimam U'Rapotam U'L'Hachazikam, V'Yishlach Lehem Mehera Refuah Shlema Min HaShamayim, Refuat HaNefesh U'Refuat HaGuf, Hashta B'Yagalav Izman Kariv, V'Nomar, Amen. And we continue with the Mi Sheberach that we sing. I'm assuming everybody else who isn't here tonight is attending the wedding of the century, apparently. I just to be here with you instead. In this week's Torah portion, Pinchas, Moses receives notice from God that his death is imminent. Although previously God told Moses that he would not be allowed to enter the promised land, in this parasha, God relents a bit and allows Moses to view the land from the top of Mount Abiram. What could be on Moses' mind as his final days draw near? Fear, frustration, relief? Before he ascends Mount Abiram, which literally means hill of transitions, for his end-of-life view of the promised land, Moses expresses one concern to God: who will lead the people after I am gone? Since he had to ask, it seems the answer was not so obvious. Moses makes a request of God, but not on his own behalf or even for his family. What concerns Moses most at this time is the people of Israel. Who will lead this wayward people after he is gone? Moses prays to God, "Let the eternal God of the spirits of all flesh appoint someone over the community." Who could possibly be a worthy successor to Moses? Surely the search process would be long. Bring on the headhunters. It is worth pausing on the timing for a moment. We read this parashah each year in the shadow of the 4th of July. And this year, in the middle of America's 250th anniversary, that overlap feels especially pointed. Both stories, ancient and modern, wrestle with the same unglamorous but essential question, not who is great, but how does a free people hand power from one set of hands to the next without losing itself in the process? The Kotzker Rebbe, a famous Hasidic rabbi, taught that the answer to Moses' question was obvious. Pinchas, the zealot whose name titles this week's Torah portion, having just demonstrated his unflinching fidelity to God and qualities of leadership through his single-handed efforts to purge the idolaters from Israel's midst, he seems the natural choice. He was rewarded by God and adored by the people. What other choice could there be? But Moses, after years of leadership experience, realizes that the exact characteristics that made Pinchas popular were not the right traits for a good leader. Pinchas was a man who, in a moment of crisis, took the law into his own hands. He was certainly decisive, but acted in a rash and extreme manner. Even though his deed may have served to assuage God's wrath against the people and earn him God's favor, it was not enough to sustain the people on a day-to-day basis. America's founders worried about precisely this instinct. They had just fought off a king, and their deepest fear was not merely tyranny from above, but the seduction of a single decisive man who might rise up from the people themselves and promise to fix everything by force of will. That is why they built a system of checks and balances, and why the very first amendments they ratified, the Bill of Rights, exist to restrain power rather than concentrate it, no matter how popular or righteous the person wielding it might seem in the moment. Pinchas' zeal might have felt righteous to the Israelites watching him act. Moses knew that righteous zeal, unchecked by process and accountable to no one but itself, is a dangerous foundation for a nation. So we turn to the Midrash, which suggests that Moses hoped one of his own sons would succeed him. But the Torah has spent nearly 40 years chronicling Moses' leadership, yet we know virtually nothing about his sons, Gershom and Eliezer. They never command armies, they never judge disputes, they never deliver prophecy, they never emerge as public figures of any kind. The conventional explanation is that Moses wanted to establish a dynasty. Like every father, he wanted to see his children continue his life's work. But that explanation feels strangely out of character. The Torah describes Moses with words that are never applied to anyone else. Moses was exceedingly humble, more than any person on the face of the earth. Humility and nepotism do not usually go hand in hand. Moses never sought greatness for himself. Throughout his life, he consistently views himself as nothing more than God's servant. Here, too, the American story rhymes with the Torah's. George Washington could have been king. He could have stayed in power indefinitely, or handed the presidency to a son or chosen heir. Instead, he walked away, twice in fact. First from the army, and later from the presidency itself. And in doing so, he taught the young republic that leadership is a trust held temporarily, not a possession passed down by blood. It is one of the reasons his farewell is still studied 250 years later. Moses, in his own way, models the same restraint. He does not lobby for a dynasty. He asks only that the people be given a worthy leader, someone who shall go out before them and come in before them, and who shall take them out and bring them in, so that God's community may not be like sheep that have no shepherd. In response to Moses' plea, God identifies Joshua bin Nun as the one to serve as the new leader of Israel. Joshua was not a zealot, but rather a man of inspiration. He had the Spirit of God in him. God's response reveals that history is changing. Joshua's greatness is different. He's not another Moses. He is his own person. His authority does not emerge from a private encounter with God, but from 40 years of faithful discipleship. He learned leadership by observing Moses every single day. From this point forward, the future of Judaism will depend less upon moments of revelation and more upon years of transmission. This is the first great transition in Jewish history. Moses belongs to the age of revolution. Joshua inaugurates the age of Mesorah, the transmission of tradition from generation to generation. This is not merely the beginning of a chain. It is the replacement of one model of leadership with another. From this point forward, every generation moves one step further from direct revelation and one step closer to faithful transmission. According to Pirkei Avot, the ethics of our ancestors, Joshua teaches the elders teach the prophets teach the men of the assembly, of the great assembly. Eventually, prophecy itself comes to an end with Malachi. Seen this way, the end of prophecy is not an abrupt event. It is the completion of a process that began when God chose Joshua over Moses' sons. There would never again be another Moses. Not because God could no longer raise one up, but because Judaism would no longer depend upon singular individuals who received revelation directly from heaven. It would depend upon disciples who became teachers, upon students who became masters, upon one generation faithfully handing the Torah to the next. American democracy asks something similar of its citizens. No single leader, however inspired or however popular, is meant to be irreplaceable. The system is built imperfectly and through real struggle across 250 years to survive the departure of any one person and to depend instead on institutions, norms, and the peaceful transfer of authority from one office holder to the next. Whatever we think of any particular leader in Washington today, the Torah's own verdict on Pinchas is a useful measuring stick. Zeal and popularity are not the same as fitness to govern. The steadier, less flashy virtue, Joshua's virtue, and the virtue our founders tried to build into our own institutions, is the willingness to lead by service and to let power pass on when one's time is done. And so Moses does as God instructs. Before the entire people of Israel, Moses lays his hands on Joshua and invests him with the authority of divinely appointed leadership, publicly, transparently, in front of the whole community. Not a coronation behind closed doors, but a transfer of power the people themselves witness. As we mark another Independence Day in this landmark anniversary year, Parshat Pinchas offers a fitting question for our own reflection. Not simply who deserves to lead, but what kind of leadership and what kind of transition do we want to build our future upon, both as Americans and as Jews? Shabbat Shalom. Lacey, do you have announcements for us?
I do. Thank you, Rabbi. That was a lovely Devar.
Thank you.
You may have noticed, well, you'd had to notice you're online. It's our first week having online only, digital only bulletins. It was in the chat if you missed it, and it was in our weekly e-newsletter, and that is where it will be found from now on. Volunteers are needed to offer the weekly Devar Torah from July through mid-September to give Rabbi Lisa extra time to prepare for the High Holy Days. If you have a Shabbat that you're free, please contact me and we will work you into the calendar. In addition, our volunteer choir is always accepting new members, and we rehearse tomorrow morning. If you are interested, please contact Rabbi Lisa. The Congregation Shalom Mahjong Club will next meet Sunday, July 12th at 1:30 p.m. On Friday, July 17th, we will have our monthly no-host dinner out, location to be announced. If you have a restaurant that you like, reasonably close to House of Prayer, that is open till at least 10, preferably 11, and preferably that takes reservations, please let us know. Register now for High Holy Days. The link is in our weekly e-newsletter. I believe that is all the announcements for tonight. Shabbat Shalom to everyone here on Zoom and everyone on YouTube, and happy 4th.
Thanks, Lacey. I just want to add one little thing to the Devar Torahs. If you're on Zoom, you can do a Devar Torah through Zoom. We have it projected into the sanctuary so everybody can see you and hear you.
And we've done that several times and it's worked out really well.
All right, back to our slide deck. We join together as in the concluding portion of our prayer, beginning with Aleinu Lishabeach. Aleinu Lishabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'teit gedula liotzer breshit, shehu noteh shamayim v'yoseh haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo b'gofhei miromim, hu Eloheinu ein od. V'anachnu kore'im u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. This Shabbat, we remember Susie Weintraub, sister-in-law of Sue Weintraub, Moira Usatin Gottlieb, sister of Richard Usatin, Walter Guzman, brother of Elizabeth Guzman, and Cynthia Phillips, mother of Ryan Phillips. Is there anybody else observing a yard site or remembering somebody for Kaddish? We remember 10 people who perished in the Holocaust: Yita Wadowski, Mansi Fogel, Leon Kodron, Nemet Laura Hirsch, Victor Rosenfeld, Chaim Roth, Eva Zilagi, Renee Singer, Junio Purko, and Chaya Liba Hershkovitz. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing as we turn to the words of the mourner's Kaddish, which you'll find on the screen. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chaye chon uvyom echon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei kudsha brichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da amiran b'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, amen. For our closing song tonight, I invite you to join together with the Maccabees for America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea, from sea to shining sea.
And it is time for Kiddush. And Maury is going to lead us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pori hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu Zikaron lemase bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta Mikol Hamim V'Shabbat Kodshecha B'Yahava Uvratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch Atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat Amen. L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.